Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making Caucasian Kupaty, one of the most popular fresh sausages in the Caucasus. These sausages are incredibly juicy, packed with fresh herbs, garlic and aromatic spices. They're perfect for grilling, pan frying or serving at family gatherings and backyard barbecues. What makes this recipe special is its coarse, meaty texture and rich, authentic flavor. I'll also share a few simple techniques that make a big difference in the final result. So, let's get started. For today's recipe, I'll be using about 70% pork shoulder, 20% beef, and 10% pork belly. This combination creates a juicy, flavorful sausage with the perfect balance of lean meat and fat. First, I cut the pork and beef into cubes that will fit easily into my meat grinder. It's very important to keep the meat cold throughout the entire process. Once it's cut, I place it in the freezer until it reaches about 4 degrees Celsius. I cut the beef into cubes the same way and place it in the freezer as well, allowing it to chill until it reaches about 4 degrees Celsius before grinding. While the meat is chilling, I soak the natural hog casings. Here's a little tip that makes stuffing much easier. Add 2 to 3 tablespoons of baking soda to the soaking water. The casings become much more slippery, slide smoothly onto the stuffing horn and won't stick. It's a simple trick that makes the whole process much more comfortable. When the meat is properly chilled, it's time to grind it. I use different grinder plates for the beef and the pork, because each one has a different purpose. I grind the beef through a 5mm plate. This helps create a strong protein matrix, giving the sausage a better bind and a firm texture. For the pork, I use a kidney plate. It produces a coarser, more irregular grind, which keeps the sausage juicier and gives it a richer, more traditional texture. Now I transfer the ground meat to the refrigerator to keep it cold while I prepare the remaining ingredients. Now it's time to prepare the seasonings. I'll be using salt for flavor and protein extraction, sugar to balance the seasoning and enhance browning, ground coriander for a warm, citrusy aroma, khmeli suneli, a traditional Georgian spice blend that brings rich herbal notes and gives these sausages their distinctive Caucasian character, black pepper for a bold, classic spice, white pepper for a smoother, more delicate heat, ground nutmeg to add subtle warmth and depth of flavor, dried basil for a fresh, aromatic finish, and finally paprika for a beautiful color and a mild sweet pepper flavor. You'll find the complete recipe, including all the ingredients, exact measurements, and step-by-step instructions in the description below this video. These are traditional Caucasian sausages, so we'll be using plenty of fresh herbs. I recommend dicing the onion into very small cubes. This helps keep most of the onion juice inside, making the sausages much juicier. As you can see, very little liquid is released during cutting. Next, I add a few cloves of fresh garlic. Feel free to use more if you like. Garlic gives the sausages a wonderful aroma and their traditional, authentic flavor. Now it's time to finely chop the fresh cilantro. It adds freshness and beautifully complements the spice blend. And finally, I highly recommend adding a few fresh basil leaves. They complete the flavor profile and bring a bright, aromatic finish that ties everything together. With all the ingredients prepared, it's time to make the sausage mixture. First, I gently mix the pork and beef. Then I evenly distribute the seasonings and give everything another light mix. Next, I add the diced onion, fresh cilantro, garlic and basil. Finally, I pour in ice cold water, about 100 milliliters per kilogram of meat. Now comes the most important step, mixing. I knead the mixture thoroughly until the spices, herbs and water are evenly incorporated and the meat develops a sticky, uniform texture. For this batch, the mixing process took me about 5 to 6 minutes. That sticky texture is exactly what we're looking for. It's a clear sign that the proteins have been properly extracted, giving the sausages the right bind and texture. Once the mixture reaches this stage, it's ready for stuffing into the casings. Load the sausage stuffer, preventing air pockets as much as you can. Then fill the casings firmly, working slowly and carefully to prevent them from tearing. Once all the casings are filled, use a sausage pricker or a sterilized needle to remove any trapped air. Finally, twist the sausages into links about 15 to 16 centimeters or 6 inches long. The sausages turned out beautifully, firmly stuffed with no air pockets and an excellent texture. I vacuum sealed most of them and stored them in the freezer. That way they'll be ready whenever I want a quick breakfast, lunch or dinner. But I'm not waiting to try them. Let's take a few straight to the barbecue and see how they turned out. Cook over medium heat on a grill or in a frying pan. Turn the sausages frequently until they're evenly browned. The sausages are ready when the internal temperature reaches 71 degrees Celsius. Let them rest for 3 to 5 minutes before serving. The moment of truth has arrived. It's time to taste the sausages. They're incredibly juicy, with a wonderful aroma and the rich, well-balanced flavor. Serve them with your favorite side dish, a fresh salad, rice, potatoes, or simply in a bun or with fresh bread. I truly hope you'll give this recipe a try. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, and there's a good chance these sausages will become one of your favorite recipes. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more homemade meat recipes and cooking videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.